3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? This is the Undefeated by Choice podcast brought to you by SteelFist Fights, and we are here. It is fight week, everybody. We are just a few days away from Natural Born Warriors, SteelFist Fights. And right now we have a very special guest. It is the other half of the main event, Kerry Lattimer. Kerry, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. We have one thing I always like to do. First thing is I like to get in the nickname, and you're one of the few people who, when I look them up, your nickname actually comes up along with it. So it's a tough one for me to say, so it's not my favorite. I feel like I mumble it. It's the Batterer.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, the Batterer. I mean, it makes sense. I know what it means. It's just tough for me to say because I don't pronounce my T's. They come out like D's. So when I try to say it, it sounds like I'm just stuttering. But I always like to get into the origin story. Who gave it to you? Where'd you get it? Where'd it come from? How long have you had it? Let's hear it.
So I actually just saw this on the Facebook memories, I think within a month. And I'd actually gone on Facebook and I'd said, when I was an amateur forever ago, I just had asked. I said, I need a nickname. What? Give me some ideas for a nickname, you know. And so a whole bunch of people wrote some stuff down, and there was a bunch of good ideas. But Aaron Sutton, he also has been a fighter for quite a while. He actually came up with Kerry the Batterer Lattimer, and that's actually how that came about, from a Facebook post.
I love it. Mine, when I had mine, when I fought it, mine came from my next door neighbor. So it's pretty funny the places that they come from. But Facebook's not a bad place to reach out to people and get a nickname from.
Oh yeah, no, and I don't really care. I just needed a cool nickname. So
yeah. Oh, mine was very important to me. I put more effort into that than I did into my training. I wanted a good one.
Yeah. It's like a walkout song. That's more important than anything.
Oh yeah. What is your walkout song?
This one is "I Mean It" by G-Eazy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up before the fight. I want to hear what it is. A lot of people, yeah, that's like the most important part for a lot of people is like, what is the song? When I talked to Eric Munoz, him picking out a song is so crucial to him. I walked out to "Run This Town" by Rihanna and Jay-Z.
All right.
I like that. But if I were to walk out again, and I just want you to consider this, all right? Just consider it. You can steal it from me because I don't plan on fighting again. You can steal it from me.
Yeah.
But if you walk out to Neil Diamond's "Sweet Caroline," the crowd will lose their shit. Have you ever heard that song and not sang along with it?
I don't even know if I've heard that song.
What? Oh, you've heard it.
I probably have. But
you heard it. You've heard it, man. I promise you, if anyone walks out to that song ever, they will automatically become a fan favorite, and the crowd will go wild. You cannot play that song without people singing along to it. I would give you a little.
I'll have to look that one.
Yeah. Look it up. I'm sure you've heard it at many karaoke bars and just any bar in general. That song plays. So last kind of dumb question I'm going to ask you, because I only have a few weeks left where I can bring up this topic without it being outdated. So I'm going to ask you, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do watch Game of Thrones. I was actually on the wagon forever, being one of the ones that, you know, I didn't want to be one of the people that had to go and run and watch it. But we watched all the seasons of the good shows we liked. And we're like, yeah, let's just try it out. And we tried our HBO free trial. And it was like, boom, we just had to watch every single one in a row.
Dude, I get it. So I love it. So now I can ask you this question. Who do you think is going to be sitting on the throne at the end of in the next 4 episodes?
Oh, man. So, and I haven't watched any of
the last 2?
Any of this new season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. You're still pretty safe with your guesses. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but just out of who is still left at the end of season 7 or whatever it was, the last time you watched, who do you think is going to be sitting on the throne at the end?
Thinking the young son. What's his name?
John or Bran?
Bran.
You think Bran's going to be sitting on the throne? The kid in the wheelchair?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Look at the skin. Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Or the daughter. Or the young daughter.
Sansa? The redhead girl?
No, the younger one.
Arya.
Yeah.
The assassin? Nah, man. Nah. It ain't going to be her. I think she's going to be dead in the next 2 episodes.
No way.
It's not a spoiler. It's not happened yet, but I think
that show?
What?
That show's crazy. They just kill everyone off that you don't think is going to die. Like people that you think's going to be there forever. It's like, boom.
Season 1, they let you know they're not afraid to kill somebody.
I'm like, oh my God, they killed the main guy.
Yep. This could be a 2-hour episode if I got into all of my theories. So I'm not going to get into it, but Bran. That's the first time I've heard anybody say Bran's going to be sitting on the throne. I've heard Arya from a lot of people. That's just from people who love her because she's such a badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be her. I think she's dead. I think the mountain ends up killing her. But we'll see. Actually, I'm gonna say that here. I'm gonna put this prediction out now so that down the road I can say, see, I called it. I think the mountain kills her, and then that pisses the Hound off. The Hound goes down to King's Landing and murks him. So that's my prediction.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yes, sir. I was going to make a joke about. I was going to ask you if you lived in that world, where would you be chilling? Who would you be chilling with? These are tough questions.
I'd like to maybe be a White Walker.
Well, see, I was going to make a joke about you being up in
those guys who can throw the spears.
Yeah.
Ice dragon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, you got it right. I was in the right area, so I was gonna guess with you being up in Idaho, you already basically are a wildling, so you could just be chilling up there on north of the wall.
Yeah, north side.
yeah. All right, man. Let's get into the real stuff. Let's talk about your camp. How's that coming along?
So really, I don't think I've ever had just a camp before.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know. I just train when I can and try to prepare the best I can, all the time because I like to take fights whenever. I actually was thinking of maybe not even scheduling fights anymore, just waiting for people to fall off of cards because I think I could get on a lot more fights that way.
You think you need more fights?
Oh yeah,
man.
Quite a bit. And he seems like Jeremy Horn. Jeremy Horn has an outrageous amount of fights.
Uh-huh.
I think it would be awesome to catch up to as many fights as him, but I don't even think it's possible.
Well, you're on a good path. From what I counted, you had 9 fights last year, and this is already your 3rd fight this year. Is that right? Or 6 fights last? No, it was 9. Was it 9 fights last year, and then already this is your 3rd fight this year?
I think it's my 3rd one this year.
Yeah.
I had one for SteelFist, and then I went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
No, I had one for Mountain Force, and then I had one for Hawaii, and I had one for SteelFist before that against Carson.
Okay. So you're on your way. If that's your goal to catch up to Jeremy Horn, you're well on your way. And what is it?
Well, I mean, that'd be a cool goal to achieve. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I'm still a little old nowadays.
Well, what is it about fighting that just draws you out and just has you just keep doing it? And not only like just keep doing it, but just taking it whenever and just always being ready, always staying ready. Like what is it that's inside of you that's just like I'm gonna do this. I'm taking a fight. Like a lot of people don't have that. What is it inside of you that causes you to do that?
I don't know. I've had some people ask me that too, but when I was growing up, we'd drive into Pocatello and we'd just go on the cruise. And so back in those days, you would either just cruise around and try to pick up chicks, or you'd try to get in a fight.
Uh-huh.
And so, a lot of times we'd just get in a lot of fights, and you'd go get in a big group fight, and then you go drink beers afterward, or go party with them. But I mean, it was just like that was our entertainment kind of growing up.
Uh-huh.
And then I hadn't gotten in a fight in a while, and my cousins had actually started doing MMA. And I don't know, my first fight, I got my face pounded in pretty dang good. And I just fell in love with it. I was like, man, this is awesome, dude. That wasn't even bad. And it's a cool feeling, like you'll never feel more appreciated than when you walk into a location that has hundreds of people. And, I've had my name chanted out before, and,
yeah,
most people won't ever get that happen to them. And
it's true.
And so, you appreciate the small things like that, you'll never get again, but, you want to live them as long as you can.
Mm-hmm. Well, you hit on something when you were saying you used to go and throw down out on the streets of Pocatello, and then you'd go and party with them after. And I've kind of gotten that. I don't know you very well, but just kind of watching and looking around and asking around and talking to people. You seem like that type that when you fight, it's not about anger. It's not about you got before and after. You seem like one of those guys who's always going to have respect for anybody who steps in there with you. Has that always been the case, or did you used to get kind of worked up over opponents or fights?
So, no matter what, everyone that steps in there and gets in a fight with you deserves a lot of respect, because it's a tough sport. No matter what, you can get hurt anytime. It could end not only your fighting career, but your livelihood, if that's not just fighting. But I've really never ever got nervous. And I think actually in my last couple of fights, I'm starting to feel nerves. I don't know if it's anxiety or something like that, just some kind of weird feeling in your chest. But I think maybe I'm starting to get nervous when I get older. But it's just, to me, it's like some people like to go, dirt biking and snowmobiling, and the night before they get all excited. They're like, "Oh man, tomorrow's gonna be awesome!"
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I am with fighting. It's like, dude, I gotta get in a fight on Friday. I gotta go potentially fuck somebody up.
Yeah. I love it. What were you gonna say?
Swear? I don't know if I can cuss.
Oh yeah. You can say whatever you want. These are your fans. Your fans are listening. If you swear in front of your fans, you can swear on here, man. This is for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to let it slip all the time anywhere. So.
Yeah. So what is your training like? You say you get in when you can. Are you doing hard sparring? Are you doing technical drills? What is it? What's the main thing that takes up your time during training?
So, a lot lately in my training for the last couple of years, I haven't had much hard sparring. Mm-hmm. Working a lot more on my jiu-jitsu and my technical stand-up. I got a lot of great teammates and great coaching staff, and I'm learning a lot. I think forever, all I ever wanted to do is just get a pretty good defense as far as jiu-jitsu goes, just so I couldn't get submitted.
Right.
And then all else I trained is just cardio, so I could go as long as I needed to. I didn't ever really want to become a submission expert or a knockout expert. I just like to go in there and brawl it out, and like to be able to last the whole time, and also be able to take a beating until they got tired if I needed to. So
yeah.
But lately I've been trying to actually learn some stuff. So hopefully the stuff I'm learning, I can put it to use out there in competition.
Yeah, I've noticed that looking back at your record and a lot of your pro fights, a lot of them have gone to the decision, and obviously that speaks to your cardio. And you mentioned that was one of your goals, is just be able to go to the end of the fight. Do you do anything specific in your cardio? What exactly cardio are you doing to train to be able to go all rounds and have energy all the way through them?
So what I used to like to do is spar and roll as much as possible.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything more beneficial for getting ready for a extreme competition than to be doing exactly what you're going to be doing in the competition. Mm-hmm. But like I said, lately I haven't had too much hard sparring. I have really good rolling sessions, because I have a lot of people in my gym that are a lot better than me at jiu-jitsu, which to me, there's nothing better than having people at your gym that are a lot better than you.
Right. That's an absolute benefit to you.
But yeah, I think for cardio, there's nothing better than sparring and rolling and doing it as hard as you can. So.
Yeah, I can agree, man. It's not even a hard sparring session. Even a light sparring session will get me winded, and I work on my cardio all the time. I'm like a cardio queen. I'm at the gym on the ellipticals all day.
I don't think I've ever been on an elliptical.
You'd probably hate it, man. Doesn't sound hardcore enough, but I love it. I love it. I'm getting old, man. My knees don't work like they used to. I try to run on a track, and my knees get all sore for 4 or 5 days. So I got to get on the elliptical machine.
Hey, well, I'm getting old too, man. So maybe I'll just start elliptical.
Yeah, man. Hit the elliptical. Come on down to Ogden. You can jump on right next to me. We can chat the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
also swimming, man. Also swimming. Swimming is killer. I love swimming. I always tell everybody they need to get to swimming. They need to get into swimming and just do it. But it's hard to do at this Gold's Gym because there's a bunch of old people that get in the pool and they get right in front of me. And I'm trying to respect my elders. I'm trying not to, throw down with some 60-year-old dude, but they just plop right in front of me, and I'm like, there's a lane, man. So, if you can get swimming, if you have an empty pool, swim as much as you can. It's good on your body, and it's killer for cardio, but I don't get as much as I want to because there's too many old people around.
But those old people could probably swim laps around us. No joke.
Well, they just...
Some of those old people just nonstop.
They do.
When are you going to stop?
It's because they don't care, man. They're always in there just getting in everyone's way, and everyone gets out, and they just keep going. They think it's theirs. It belongs to them. So, yeah, I don't swim as much as I want to, specifically because of that reason. So, and I was going to ask you how your weight cut's coming along, but I would assume that you taking fights as regularly as you do, you either walk around pretty close to your weight or weight cuts are just not an issue.
So usually I walk around 155.
Okay.
And I'd been fighting at 170 quite a bit. And so I hadn't really checked my weight at all till just the other day. And I was actually 13 pounds over. So I've started kind of ketoing it. I believe the keto diet works great.
Yeah.
But my daughter's birthday weekend was this last weekend, and so
you got them carbs.
I kind of filled my belly as much as possible.
Well, good for you.
I think I got about 8 pounds left, but that's still not anything compared to what I've had to lose in the past.
Oh yeah, and you still got enough days. That's easy, and then you got the water weight that you can cut. So that's not an issue. 8 pounds, I don't think is a problem at all. Yeah, if I had to step on the scale right now, I'd be in trouble. I just got back from New Orleans. My sister got married out there, and that's all I did was eat.
Oh yeah, man, and food's my weakness. I mean, food is delicious. All types of food, every kind of food you can think of. I mean, when we went to Hawaii, we spent a fortune, and it was all on food, and I have no regrets because it was so delicious,
Yeah, I hear you, man. Food is my weakness. I used to be a big boy. I used to weigh 280 pounds, so I know all about food. What was that?
I said, "Oh wow, that wouldn't even have guessed."
Yeah, no, I was a big boy for a long time. I've only been in this body for a little bit. It's still a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm trying to get used to it. I miss the days of putting down whole pizzas. So earlier today, I saw your message out to Troy. You sent a message out to Troy on Facebook. You want to elaborate on that story, how that came about, and what you were getting at with him?
I think I sent Troy a couple messages. Which one are we talking about?
The odds,
yeah.
What is it called? Tapology.
Tapology. Yeah. So earlier, somebody had put out some kind of Facebook poll of who was going to win, and I was winning, which was kind of cool because usually I'm the underdog. But and so Troy's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna use that as motivation," and so I was just checking on Tapology because our fight hadn't been posted on there as an upcoming one until I think just yesterday or today. But so I went and looked it up, and the odds were like 16-1 in his favor, and I was like, "Wow, well, this ought to make him feel better." So I took a couple pictures and posted it.
Yeah, that's right. That was me that put the poll on Instagram that you were the one that you were winning. That was me that put that out there. And then I saw you. What?
Am I not winning anymore?
No, you still are winning. You're still winning on the SteelFist one. As far as the last time I checked, which was on my way home from work. So you were still winning on the way home from work, and then but then it was funny because I had put that out there, and I just kept looking back and checking, seeing how many people were voting on it, and there's a good number of votes on there, and then. And then I look and then I get on my Facebook and I see you wrote that to him, and I was like, well, who are you gonna go with? You gonna go with the SteelFist Fight fans, or you gonna go with Tapology? Because they both are. They're saying two different things. Yeah. And then did you read his later post, the personal post he posted about this being his last fight?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen that.
And what do you think about that?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'll be his last.
Yeah.
So too bad it wasn't his first and his last.
Yeah. No. I don't know what to think about fighters announcing their retirement and things like that, because it seems like so many times, the game calls you back no matter what. And with him, he's one of those that you can tell he loves the game. So, I whenever someone says they're going to retire, I'm usually like, yeah, right, you got another 3 fights in you. Like you might be gone for a little bit, but you'll come back. I
retired once.
Yeah. See, exactly. Yeah. You exactly. My point right there. Yeah. It's cool because he's been in the game for a while. He's been doing it for a while, so I'm happy for him. And it's one of those that I know. Like he said, win, lose, or draw. All I know is it's going to be a good fight. That's all I know. Watching both of you, seeing how both of you fight, seeing just the studying up I've been doing on you guys. This is a fight that, me as a fan, I'm so thankful that I get to be in the position to be able to sit back and watch this type of stuff. Because you guys are both tough as hell. So it's gonna be a good one. And with that added motivation for him, it being his last fight, and I think it's just gonna bring the best out of both of you. So man, I can't wait to see this. I was gonna ask. One thing with him is obviously. So what do you do as far as game planning? Do you do any game planning? Or are you just like, nah, I'm going to go in and throw?
Yeah, I don't really think. I guess people probably could if they researched enough and did all that. But yeah, I just like to go in there and bang it out. And
yeah,
if I find it, like most people have like their known powers and. And if it's a jiu-jitsu guy, I'll maybe try to stay off the ground, but I doubt it because I'll probably try to take him down.
Yeah.
I don't ever usually do what I should do. Somehow it works out for me, so I don't really think a game plan would ever work for me. So
yeah, well, maybe
someday I'll learn and be technical, and then I'll be able to have a game plan.
I love how humble you are. I love it. Okay, so you say people's strengths. Obviously we know Troy's strength is in his hands. He's had a lot of first round finishes. Is that something you're kind of planning for? Like, I got to weather the storm, try to get him into late rounds, tire him out, or is it just? Where do you see your strengths over what he has? What strength? Let's see that. What's a better way to phrase that? I guess just what strengths do you have over him in your mind?
So, let me see. I'm not very confident in very much of anything that I do. It just happens to work out for me a lot of the times. But I don't know, my coaching staff in the past, they've always said my stand-up is really good. And that I hit really hard. And I can take punches. I actually think I enjoy taking punches sometimes. But, So I'd like to just stand and bang with Troy. That's what he loves to do, and I know he said if I did that I'd be sorry for it, but there's nothing to be sorry about if you end up with some lumps on your face. But so the game plan kind of for me, if there is a game plan, I'd like to try and stand and bang, but I'll probably go in and for a takedown and stand there knee his knees for a little while and and then take him down and throw some hammer fist. Maybe he'll get up and we'll stand and bang it out again. Then I'll probably try to take him down. But in my head, I'd like to just stand and bang, and one of us goes to sleep or one of us wins a decision, and we can't even see because our faces are so black and blue.
You are getting me so fired up for this fight. I mean, I've never had, like, the way that you sell this fight is probably the best sell I've ever heard on a fight. And the best part of it is it's 100% real. We're just going to stand and bang, and we're either going to have swollen faces at the end or one of us is going to knock the other one out. I mean, that's the best sales pitch for a fight I've ever heard in my life. I love it. I love it. So when you see yourself winning this fight, you're picturing just, I mean, you kind of just explained it there. It's either someone's getting knocked out or we're going the distance and we're both going to be bloody. Is that a fair assessment of how you see this fight ending?
Yeah, and more than likely, I don't see Troy knocking me out. I mean, and I've seen that he has a lot of knockout and TKOs, and that's fine. But I've never been knocked out, and the TKO that I had, I think it was an unnecessary TKO. I think old Tom Sutton that shouldn't have stopped that. But to each their own. But so I don't think he's going to knock me out, and I'm not too good at finishing fights, and I actually think you train, and sometimes training sucks. It takes out your time from your family and from stuff that could be fun.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like people want to go in there and they're like, oh, I just want to finish this fight as quick as possible. And it's like, why? You just spent all that time and energy to go in there and fight. It's like, why not fight for 15 minutes? If you can, fight for 15 minutes, It's like you win the lottery and you only go and take 10% of it. It's nuts to me.
You are probably
Yeah, so most likely I think it'll go to decision. But if it does, I don't know. It might go in his direction no matter how the fight goes. Cause sometimes, I believe he's probably the crowd favorite. He's retiring. I've had some decisions quite go where I'm pretty sure I won the fight, go the other way. So, and I don't care,
Yeah.
Like other people, they actually want wins on the record because they want to go somewhere. I just want to go to my next fight, actually. So,
I gotta say, you're probably the first fighter in the history of the planet who's ever just been like, oh no, I want to go all 5 rounds. I put in all the time and the effort. I want to go all 5. That's probably the first. That's right.
Where I'm coming from?
I hear you. I don't agree because I want to get the hell out of there. But I hear what you're saying. I respect it. I respect it, and I wouldn't want to fight at 170 if I had to fight you because I wouldn't want to go 5 rounds with you. But I hear what you're saying, and I absolutely respect it. And then about the fan favorite thing. I honestly, everyone I've talked to just is excited to see this fight. I mean, I think this is one of those. You might have the person you like a little bit more, or the person you think's going to win. But the majority of people I've talked to are just excited to see this fight. They're excited to see how it goes, how it plays out, because they know how both of you fight. And that's exciting. There's a reason there's 4 belts on the line in this card, and you are the main event. The both of you are the main event. Like that. That's normally not how it goes. What? That's saying a lot right there.
Yeah.
So.
And it's cool. And that's all you can really ask for is for all the fans to just be excited about what's going to be happening. So
yeah, well, you're going to hear me cheering for sure. I'm going to be sitting as close as I can to that cage. I'll probably be right behind your stool or his stool, and you're going to hear me yelling for both of you because I'm ready to watch this thing, man. I've been ever since the last card. As soon as that one card's over, the next card begins. I am ready. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to be sitting in the crowd because I love this game. So, man, I can't wait to. I can't. Go ahead.
And that's what's cool about SteelFist is right when one card's over, they have another one lined out.
Yeah.
Posters, everything ready to go. If anytime you need a fight and you want to fight within a month or two, if you get a hold of Kevin or Pat, you can for sure get lined out for a fight. So.
Yeah, well, you just led into one of my last questions was how do you enjoy fighting for SteelFist, and I think you just answered it. We do. It is a fighter's promotion for sure. We love to take care of our fighters. We love to get our fighters fights, and if they're willing to fight, if they're willing to show up, if they show up on weight and they're ready to go, we're ready to back them. So
yeah, and I also like Utah's athletic commission. They've always been pretty dang professional and well, I wouldn't say always. Well, I'd say they're professional, but I didn't really get along with Bill too well. But me and Scott get along great.
Yeah,
and everybody there is just awesome to work with. So I mean, I always enjoy coming to Utah to fight. So.
Well, I know. At least at SteelFist, we love having you. Talking to Kevin and Pat about you, they speak very highly of you. So, anytime you want to try to get close to those Jeremy Horn numbers, you give us a call and we'll get you on a card.
Oh yeah, and I know that. I got those guys on speed dial.
Good. They're in your top 5.
Oh yeah, number 1.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
More for them than anybody in the last 5 or 6 years. So.
Oh really? Okay. Well, I know they appreciate it. I know they like it. We're at my favorite part of the show where we do a little bit of trash talking. So I got the words pulled up for you on the insult generator. Are you ready for some trash talk?
Yeah, I'll try it.
All right.
Hey, this is Kerry Lattimer. Just saying, on April 26th, Troy, the goblin-eating toilet flap Dennison, is going to be tasting some leather from my gloves, and yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway, it's going to be a badass fight. Hope everyone loves it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kerry. This is probably one of my most enjoyable interviews I've ever done, man. Good luck. April 26th. Everybody come out and make it. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, bye.
All right, everybody, there you have it, Kerry Lattimer. That was probably one of the more enjoyable interviews I've ever done. That dude, he don't care about nothing. He just wants to get in there and fight. So if you have not gotten your tickets already, go to SteelFistFight.com and get your tickets April 26th, or find your favorite fighter and buy tickets from them, help support them. You can find this podcast on YouTube and iTunes, and also on iHeartRadio, on the iHeartRadio app under podcast. Undefeated by Choice podcast is what you're going to look for on there. Follow us on Facebook on SteelFist Fight Night, and then find us on Instagram on SteelFist Fights. Everybody, thank you for coming to the show, listening. I guess you didn't come to the show. Thanks for listening to this show, or maybe even watching it on YouTube. Hopefully you're watching it on YouTube. You'll get to see Kerry's cute little face on the up against the cage. Everybody, again, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I love you.